I felt like painting outside because it's nice out and I want to enjoy the sunlight, but I need to paint and I haven't painted all day, and I said I was gonna take the entire day to paint. Didn't do that, so here we are. I'm grabbing my supplies and then we're gonna go outside and paint and chat probably. I broke my tripod earlier. This whole thing came off. I super glued it on though. Sorry. But I broke my tripod earlier, but I just super glued it back on and I think it's okay now. Hopefully. I just felt like chatting. While I was out here, might as well. Got paintbrushes. I'm pulling shit out. I've been procrastinating painting all day. Also, this is like really awkward for me to be out here and record. It's in the front yard. It's like, anyone can see me doing this, but it'll help break the embarrassment. Not feel so embarrassed, I guess, or whatever. This has my paint in it. I saw someone make a video where they put the paint on here and then they would put the lid on it, but I have paint in here, so that's why it's the opposite. It works really well. It keeps it wet if you have to save it. So yeah, this is actually a portrait of my skeleton that I got from the Halloween store. He has this hat and he has a cigarette in his mouth that I got for him. But I wanted to make another skeleton portrait because I really enjoyed making the other one, and I thought I was going to make a series of different skeleton portraits and they had different outfits or whatever. I thought that'd be cute. I'm still thinking about it though. I've actually started to get back into the mood of painting, so I've been making the most of it and then just painting as much as I possibly can. I still procrastinate though, just because right now I don't have windows where I do my painting, and it's nice to paint with like the window, you know, and have it open with the light coming in or whatever. So I'm like, I want to go outside, but I need to do paintings, so I try to wait to do paintings until later, like in the middle of the night, or like when it's dark out. The wind or the bugs don't bother me enough that I need to go inside. Yeah. Plus, I'm here alone, so that's why I'm also recording out here, because I know I won't be interrupted. I'm too embarrassed to record in front of people still. It's not comfortable with that. I think it's weird because it's like, I think about it, you know, if I had a lot of followers and I had a lot of subscribers or whatever, I wouldn't be embarrassed to, like, if people knew that I recorded or that I made videos, because it's like, I have a lot of followers and stuff, so it's like, you're afraid of getting made fun of, because like, you're like, oh, I make videos, whatever, has only 10 subscribers. People are like, you make videos for 10 people? Yes, I make videos for 10 people, thank you. Thank you. How are you supposed to get more subscribers if you don't make videos? No one just has 100,000 subscribers when they make their first video. Who the fuck? What kind of expectations are that? Yeah, I just feel like since I'm not popular, people will be like, why are you making a tiny video? I don't know. Even though it's like normal, people make videos all the time now these days. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird for me. I'm trying to get in the sun more because I want to get tan. I haven't had a tan since I was a teenager. I want to have a tan. I'm tired of being pale all the time. I'm like about done with the like basic stuff, and then I can do the details, and at this stage is like really hard for me. Almost every painting I just like get to the point where I'm almost done right before I can do my detail, like the more fine details and stuff, and then I'm just like not feeling it, and I just takes me forever to finish a painting when it gets to that stage. It doesn't need to be perfect, but I feel that I'm doing the same step over and over, like shading over the same spot, like 30 whole minutes, expecting it to get better, and it's a little better, but I feel that I'm doing it for too long, like I'm taking too much time. I've been watching Romantic Killer on Netflix. It's pretty funny. I like shows like that, like anime. They're like unserious and cute. It's kind of like a comfort show. It's how I felt about Fruits Basket as well. I also like that it's a girl protagonist. Usually I feel like those kind of animes where it's like a dating sim sort of is like a guy. And it's never a girl. And I also like that this girl isn't like all about the romance either. She's not like, if you get what I mean. And I think that the facial expressions are funny too. Like the different faces they make or whatever the main character makes when they're portraying her feelings and stuff, and when she makes funny voices and stuff. I don't know. I think that's funny. I think it's pretty good. And it's an easy thing to have in the background to watch when you're making art or whatever. I've been thinking a lot about my self-sabotaging behaviors. It's been affecting me a lot recently, and my mood. I felt really depressed, sad, angry, irritated. I feel like things get under my skin so much easier. And I've realized I've been avoiding a lot of stuff and trying to control things that I can't control. I feel that I have a really hard time letting go of things that are not in my control. And I overthink so many things. Like I overthink the smallest things. I overthink. Just the other day, I left my water bottle at home upstairs, and I was worried about it. And I kept thinking about it. And I was worried if someone would touch it or move it, I wouldn't be able to find, like, I couldn't even not get it off my mind, and it wasn't even that serious. Stuff like that can just throw my whole mood off. I overthink so many things, and then I usually just ruin my mood. And I was thinking about what I was talking about in my art block video, and how I was having a difficult time accepting the art that I make, and I always hating everything I make. Not that I would like love everything I make, but at least not hating it so bad that I just won't make art. I've been trying to sketch, and I was sketching, and I was just thinking, because a lot of times you don't like what you make because you made it, or your perception of what you make and what you actually make is like different. It's like when I feel like you can compare it to body dysmorphia. You think you look a certain way, but then when you see yourself in the mirror, that's not the way you think you look in the mirror isn't how you perceive yourself to look. And then it's like, that's what it's like to make art, and you have this perception that your art is going to look a certain way, and then when you make it, you don't like how it looks because it's not how you want it to look in your head. I think that how you draw, like your style, because I never liked how my people looked. like when I drew characters, I didn't know what kind of eyes and nose and face to make. And when I just did it my way, I didn't like how it looked, and I would compare it to other artists. I was like, theirs is cute. Their little doodles of people, characters are cute. Mine just looks stupid. It's not even good. These people can make simple drawings look amazing, and mine just look like I don't know how to draw. And I think the other night I was drawing, and I draw a couple of faces, and I looked at them outside of myself, I guess. I tried to have a different perspective when I was looking at it, and I didn't hate them. I was okay with them. I didn't love them, but I was okay with them. And that is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. We're inside because I was interrupted. I had to do something for the last hour, and now the sun is about to set and it's cold outside, so we moved inside. I still wanted to sit on the ground though, so I'm sitting on the ground to paint. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sad to have my art studio in the basement, because I was like, I have no natural light. How am I gonna get good lighting for my videos and photos, etc.? And it's not pretty. I know it's kind of ugly to look at everything around me. I don't have a cute setup. I literally use a foldable table for my art, that I paint on. If I can move this without it messing up. You see that? It's a foldable table and a fucking dining table chair. I don't have a cute little desk with a cute little setup with cute little drawings and shit next to it. That's what I want. Oh my god. But I don't got that right now because I don't have that. But I wanted to be transparent so that if anyone out there that hasn't started because they think that their setup is ugly, if you can get good lighting, who gives a fuck if your setup is ugly? Because you know what? One day you won't have an ugly setup. Plus, I don't know. I want to be transparent on social media anyways. So people can just be like, yeah, it's okay to not have a fun setup right now. You don't have a fun setup, that's okay. That's okay. And the lighting in here is actually pretty good. I had to put new light bulbs in all 4 of these lights, and then I have that lamp right there, and then I have this light. See how big this thing is? See how bright it is? And I have it pointed up next to me so that it kind of adds, because this is what it looks like when it's off. And that's when it's on. It adds so much to lighting, and I'm so glad that this was something that I had to use, because otherwise I was so worried about making videos and the lighting being bad. But thank goodness my boyfriend actually found that for me. Amazing. But yeah, so that's literally my setup. I'm sitting here, I got this big ass light pointing at the ceiling. Not this entire room isn't even done. I mean, you can see that the wall is not even all the way done, but you work with what you got. And if people don't like that my shit's not cute yet, then that's too bad. Anyway, I need to paint. Here I am talking and I don't even have my painting over here. This is how far I got. I got the teeth. I started doing the teeth. I had to pause and I had to record. I have a draft in Instagram because I was doing a little paint with me reel. And I had to remember to do that. Record some of me painting to finish that video. But yeah, I just need to, I want to touch up this area mostly, and then I have this, oh, and his chin, and then I want to, the teeth I need to finish, and then I had to make it look like it was open because it had the smoke in there, and I gotta finish this and put the smoke, and then I need to touch up the hat, and then I think it'll be good. Oh, I also need to shave this. I haven't even touched this yet because I was too worried about the face being good. This painting I actually like. That's why I was doing another one of these paintings. I actually started this a while ago and then stopped. But I stopped it because it didn't look like this. I wanted my portrait to look like my other one, and it wasn't the same angle or how close it was, so I redid it so that it matches the other one. Yeah, I don't know. I knew that I loved that painting. It's the one on the wall. If I can show you it without fucking destroying myself. You see that up there? I know it's not very good, but you can't see it. But I made that 2 years ago. That's the only painting I've actually liked. I actually love that painting, to be honest. And then I haven't been inspired to make art, so I was like, okay, I'll just do another. Since I enjoyed the last one so much, I might as well do another one. Plus, I planned on making it a series a while back anyways, so yeah. And I realized that I like skeletons a lot, and it's probably going to be a part of my style. I was worried that I didn't have like one thing that would like people would know me for, like, oh, you do this, you do that. But I like skeletons. And I think I'm going to incorporate skeletons into majority of what I make. Not necessarily realistic ones like this. I might do like silly doodle ones, if that makes sense. I know that I keep talking and not painting, but I swear to you, parts that I cut out, I am painting, obviously. You saw that I did the teeth. And the best part of this too is that I can see how much better I got at shading, because honestly, this skeleton face, the shading and the detail is already so much better than the other one, which is kind of nice to see because I haven't really been painting these last 2 years, but I still improved a little bit at least, you know. Now that I'm inside, I can't use the spray bottle unless I have like a container to spray it in. It's been raining so much recently, this last whole week. It's been rainy and cloudy, and sure, the rain's nice, but it's a lot at once. Especially when it's just cloudy too. Like, I want to be able to get outside and not be wet and stuff. I was saying before, I feel like I am trying to control things that I can't a lot, and I want to stop doing that because I'm literally suffering for no reason. And this translates to everything in my life. This is why I'm talking about it, because it does translate in my art. I think a lot of times that the reasons why I don't care, or not care, that I don't like what I'm making is because I'm trying really hard to be something that I'm not, I guess. Maybe it has nothing to do with anything, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But it just feels like, because for a while, I wasn't even, especially at the beginning of my art, like, when I got off my sketchbook and I started drawing for the first time, and obviously I feel like it's normal for people who start getting into art to copy other artists' style, not like to the T or whatever, but use them for like majority of their inspiration and draw like them, try to draw like them to kind of like understand what they even like to begin with. And I did that a lot. And then I feel like I never got out of that phase. Like I continuously was trying to draw like different people. And then if I looked at Pinterest for inspiration to find something to kind of inspire me to draw, I would try to draw in the style that references and not just use the reference as a reference. Like, oh, I like this part of this reference, I'm going to try to incorporate something similar in what I'm doing. I would try to draw it exactly how they did it, same style, whatever. And then I would be unsatisfied because I didn't feel like I could draw as good as the reference was, so I would compare my drawing to the reference, and I was like, this is not good at all. And then I also was unsatisfied because there are aspects that I like of whatever the art or whatever that I'm referencing, but I don't want to do it to a T. So when you're finding your style, I watched videos on how to find your style for, your art style. And the videos I watched were like, oh, you just find pictures and then pick out why you liked the certain things of those pictures, right? And I have a Pinterest board that I named art style discovery, and I have it broken down by the pictures and what I liked about those pictures. So at first it was just a board and I didn't even have it categorized, and I wrote down what I liked about why I liked this art and why I wanted to incorporate those things into my art. So I think one of them was OC Designs, because I liked something about how they made their characters, or maybe it was just the face or the hair or the anatomy style, or the face, like how they drew their eyes or nose, or even just the outfits or whatever they were wearing. I like those. And then I have color and composition, which is more of like abstract. There's more abstract, more poster-like kind of paintings and drawings in there. And then the colors. I realized that I wanted to use really fun colors that like kind of pop out or kind of stick out to you. So then I would put, if I saw a piece of art and I was like, these colors like really pop out in this drawing, I put it in there as a reference. And and I had a cute board, because I like cute drawings and stuff that are like doodles kind of, whether they're animals or whatever. And I wanted to incorporate cutesy kind of art style because I like a weird kind of edgy, dark kind of art style, but I also like the cute, and I wanted to marry them, if that makes sense. And then I have landscapes, because I also like landscapes, not necessarily realistic landscapes, but the kind that are like illustrated, the kind of things I wanted to add to my paintings. And so that's why I broke it down. So I don't necessarily want to copy the reference photo. I just like the way they drew certain things, painted certain things, the colors they used, the style. Like, even if it was just one simple thing in that drawing, like, oh, this, I like the eyes, I like the face shape that they use on their characters. Simple things like that. But I felt like I was trying too hard to be like other artists and try to copy their style to a T, and then I would feel unsatisfied because I knew that this wasn't necessarily my style, or I wasn't incorporating everything that I like to draw, and I just draw the one thing, and then I'd be like, well, this isn't even everything I wanted to draw. And I thought that people cared that you only do one thing, like, oh, you can only draw this thing and you can't do anything else, when that's not the case. Like, I want to do landscapes, and I want to make characters, and I want to do portraits. I thought it was a law or something, or this unwritten rule where if you were on social media and you were an artist, you had to pick one thing and stick with it because that's the only way people would want to follow you. And to an extent, what they mean, but when you watch those, when you see the videos and they're trying to tell you how to get good at social media as an artist, or like you go to have a similar thing, that doesn't mean necessarily that your art needs to be one thing. You can make your photos look similar, like when you're taking photos of your art. And even in your style, I'm sure you would figure out, you would have like somewhat of a color palette that you always use, so that would stick out in your drawing, or not in your drawing, in your photo on your feed or whatever. And even if that's not the case, I know some people do like where they pick certain things they do for each grid. So it's like the 3 pictures, they do a landscape and then a character and then another landscape, so that when it goes down, it's the same or whatever, I guess. I don't see why that's such a big deal though either, because I've seen people who do not have feeds that look that organized and they still have a decent amount of followers. It doesn't affect their followers at all. And on top of that, I don't know, I'm just like, seriously, I'm going on a tangent, so if this is like crazy and too much, I'm sorry. I think social media was probably the most disheartening for me when being an artist, because I tried posting things when I was a teenager, when I was like 14, between 14 and 16. And at the time, I didn't have an iPhone, so my video quality was not good. I had like not even a name brand store. My first phone was $50. My parents paid $50 for my first phone, no joke. So the quality of the camera was not good at all. But I still tried, because I thought, why not? You know, if you start now, then man, in like a few years, I might be somewhere. But it was really hard sometimes, because you put a lot of time into the things that you're doing, and then you post it and then no one sees it, and then you're like, well, that's when the imposter syndrome comes in for me, because I'm like, I think that some of the stuff that I do, or the ideas I have, are pretty good, and it might actually reach at least a few hundred people, a few thousand people, and it doesn't even get like 10 likes. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just me then. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Even though I just started posting. I've only posted like 3 videos, and I'm all disheartened by it, because I'm so caught up about actually being seen. And it is really hard putting in the effort and not really seeing results in the beginning. And I know a lot of, like, on social media, when you first start posting, the algorithm's trying to place you and see where it needs to place you or whatever. I know some people said that in some of their videos, but I sometimes think that maybe, I don't know, maybe I just won't be able to get out of a small following. I'll just stay in 200 view jail or something. People just won't see my stuff or care about my stuff, and then I think that my art just isn't good enough. Like, why would people want to look at my art anyway? It's not even that good. Whatever the case is, it's really annoying to think about, because genuinely, like, I know that the stuff that I put out is not the top tier. on YouTube or whatever, because I don't pay for anything, and I record with my phone. I get it, but I know at the same time, because I have an iPhone now, I bought an iPhone because I knew that I would be able to use it to record, because I can't afford a camera right now, so I'd at least have somewhat of a good quality. And I don't pay for music subscription, I don't pay for an editing software, I don't pay for shit. I'm literally using my phone. So, in thumbnails, I've been using Canva for thumbnails because I would recommend, if you don't know how to make thumbnails or don't know where to start, Canva. I've been using Canva because they actually have different templates, even for YouTube thumbnails. But I don't have a computer either, so I'm also making everything on my phone, and I feel like it's really difficult to do everything on your phone. I like doing things on my computer because it's bigger. I feel like it's just easier. And I have my boyfriend has a computer and I use that, but I'm really not that tech savvy. I don't know how to put videos and stuff on his computer all the time, and I feel like it's a hassle to try to find the photo, and I have connected my phone to his computer, and it doesn't show all of my photos and videos. It does show some of the most recent ones, but it does not show everything, even though I give it access to all of my photos and videos. It still acts like it can't, I guess. I don't know. So I feel a little bit at a disadvantage there. And honestly, I didn't think I would be like, I get all these followers and stuff at the beginning, but I also thought I would do a little bit better than I'm actually doing, if you get what I mean. Because obviously I know that you're not gonna get 15 million subscribers and 15 million followers on social media because you posted one thing. But I did research on tags and shit, and I know that my stuff could be improved, but using what I have, I'm doing the best I can, and my shit just does not get seen by anyone. I'm pretty sure the first video I made, only one person saw it, maybe two. Like, not even 100, no, two people. It's just, I'm a little bamboozled by it. It's humbling, but not in a really good way. It makes me, for a while, I thought about just stopping. But then I remember, this is kind of that I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. This is what I want to do. So if I give up, then I don't really have anything else. And thinking about that just sucks. And I'm not new to the fact that especially Instagram is extremely hard for artists. I think every social media, TikTok, Instagram, hard for artists. Unless not only because posting art in general on social media can be a lot, for the fact that it's harder to pull shit out of your ass for content because you do art. So unless you can if you can figure out a funny art idea or just record yourself doing art, you have to make art. Like I'm making a reel of me finishing this painting. Well, I have to finish this painting. This painting doesn't take me 5 minutes to finish, so that reel isn't going to be done in one day, is what I mean. And also, I don't know, some people, I think that it's harder to record for the fishbowl brained people. You can record art, like different shots of you doing your art, but it's like you only have one way you can do it so that people will stay till the end, because people have very short attention spans, and I feel like that's really hard for artists because of that as well. Just because people have short attention spans, it's hard to figure out. It's hard for your stuff to actually hit sometimes. I kind of just rambled on. Some of this may not even be relevant, but thank you for watching anyway.